Astrid felt like she was going to faint. No, vomit. She was going to throw up. Right now in Grace's office. On the day of her funeral. This couldn't be happening. So what am I supposed to do? Astrid snapped. I didn't sign up for this. I don't know the first thing about fighting this. Astrid searched for the words. This evil. There was a long pause as she caught her breath. I'm sorry, Astrid apologized. This is a lot to take in. I know, Professor Rosenblum. I'm sorry to have been so abrupt. Williams responded. Astrid began rubbing her temples. She took another deep breath. Please tell me, she asked, in a measured voice, that the people I saw today are not the other family members Grace thought would help me after she was gone. William was silent. You've got to be kidding me, she exclaimed. All I see is a family consumed by greed and jealousy. Why on earth would Grace institute a competition of all things? At a time like this, Astrid was out of breath and feeling more hopeless with every passing moment. We must trust Madame Cahill, William began carefully, to have made the best decision for all of us. I know it's hard to believe in her choices, but Madame Cahill was one of the cleverest people I have ever known. She had strong faith in her family. Though splintered, I think she hoped the clue hunt would produce a new leader of the Cahills. One to unite them all against the Vespers. That's an extraordinary risk, Astrid interrupted. Yes, it's true. There is no way of knowing if her plan will succeed. But I learned over the many years I spent working with that great woman that if she had a plan, then I should follow it. A spark of hope instantly entered Astrid's thoughts. William, you said you had a legacy for me, right? What was it? I always assumed Grace would leave me all of her files on the Vespers. That will at least give me something to start with. Yes, she did, William confirmed, then reached down to unlock the desk drawer. He brought out a thin, unmarked file and handed it to Astrid. This, he explained, is all the information Madame Cahill and I compiled on the Vespers before her death. Astrid leafed through it. There wasn't much. A list of names, a few photographs. No step-by-step instructions on how to fight a band of ancient, evil adversaries. No, how to save the world guide. Astrid's shoulders felt very, very heavy. All of a sudden. It is grossly incomplete, William continued, and I apologize, but hopefully it is enough for you to start with. Astrid looked up at him and almost laughed. There was no place to start. She felt like someone had just pushed her off a very high and rocky ledge. Astrid gripped her chair as she searched her thoughts to piece together something, anything that might help this all make sense. Just then a moan sounded from within the wall opposite Grace's desk. They hurried over and put their ears against the wood. A voice on the other side whispered a muffled, "Help!" William stood up and rushed out of the room into the hallway. Astrid followed close behind. "There's a bedroom closet next to the office," William explained as he wrenched open a door in the hallway. Inside, a woman lay bound and gagged, shoved up against a mop and a pile of rags. "Ingrid?" William explained. The lawyer untied the handkerchief that was used to gag her and began working on the bindings at her hands and ankles. When Ingrid's face was bare, Astrid recognized her at once, but her medallion was missing. "You were at the will reading, weren't you? What happened?" Astrid questioned. The woman coughed as she tried to speak. Her first few words were muffled. "Never made it," Ingrid said. "Was trying to use the bathroom. Cough. Before presentation, but couldn't find it. I was searching this hallway when I ran into myself. I mean, a version of myself. She was waiting for me." "Do you mean someone was disguised as you, Ingrid?" William asked. Ingrid nodded, then fell into another fit of coughing. "She ripped off my necklace and said, 'Tell them the Vespers are watching.'" "My God," Astrid gasped. She turned to William. "It can't be." They stared at each other with wide eyes, knowing instantly how devastating the breach was. An enemy agent had infiltrated not only Grace's funeral, but the will reading and launch of the clue hunt. The Vespers knew everything. They each grabbed an arm to lift Ingrid out of the closet when a pungent smell wafted down the hallway. Was that smoke?